Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jehlial in this incarnation. So today I wanted to talk about change, but those moments when we are able to change in time, and every time is time to change, actually. But it's very common for us for humanity, to take ourselves to the moment of crisis, to take ourselves to the moment that everything explodes, to take ourselves to the moment of suffering, and to leave all the thing to the master pain until we start to do the change. And everything is perfect, and that's the way it was. But it's good to take consciousness, to be aware of the things that we are practicing right now that are not good for us, and change them before we get there, because we can actually learn from master love too. It's not only about learning about pain. And I'm saying this because many times we are intellectualizing things. We know we have to. It's good for us to have a good nutrition. It's good for us to, quit smoking, for example. And I was a smoker of many years, but I didn't smoke that much. It could happen that I passed a whole week and I didn't smoke any cigarette. But I quit not so much time ago, 1 year ago. Or less than 1 year. But what I am saying is that many mechanisms, we keep going and going and going with them. We get to the moment of the suffering, and that moment, it's not that it's late, but the consequence already arrived. And it's okay to be aware, and many times we need the consequence. It's okay. But I am saying that right now we have the opportunity to be conscious about the things that are not helping us, and not taking ourselves, for example, to an illness. That illnesses, I already said it many many times, too much times, that they are linked not only with bad habits, but with crystallized emotions. So that emotion is something that we hold it on for too much time, and that's why it became an illness and a disease. And we can really be, tune ourselves right now, and be aware of these parts that are not serving for our evolution no more, and try to make that change. And when I am saying that, I'm saying that ego and many mechanisms won't help when we start to make changes, when we start to do something that is good for us, but has to do with something we practiced for a long time. And there's mechanisms that takes us a whole life to change them, and we have to be patient with that. But the ego and the body many times won't help, won't go with us. So it's important to understand that there is when divine intellect has to be the master, the one that is giving the directions. Because I already told you, I think, in the video of self-love, constructing the self-love, but when I was starting to practice exercises, the first time, the first month, it wasn't easy. And many times I wanted to quit everything because I was like lazy, or I was going through something. And when we have an abandonment wound, it's very probably that we reproduce that mechanism. So it's important to understand that it's going to take effort. It's going to many times it's going to be difficult to sustain many boundaries or things that we promised to ourselves. But that's when we have to put the energy more, because we know that once we enter, we create the new mechanism, we will able to sustain it. But many times we don't do that. We just wait for everything to comes to suffer, and we have to detect that pattern either, because I was a person, and I'm still working in that, that always took myself to that place to make those changes, and I don't see them necessary every time. Not every time we have to be in crisis to change. So of course the crisis is an opportunity, and it's okay if we are experimenting that. So when we start these changes, all the resistance appears, and that's why I did all the videos of the lunar pattern, and I'm going to do other video explain the karma nodes, because that's a point of evolution and resistance too. But again, we are the whole natal chart. I'm just giving a little type of information just to look up in your natal charts, and to seek curiosity about this, because I think there's many information. Of course, you can consult an astrologist, and it's very important to understand that resistance doesn't activate the same way for everybody. That's why I did that video. That it's again, it's a tiny point of view, because we have to see everything how it's connected in our natal chart. So okay, I think this video has to do with that, to understand that if we tune with ourselves right now, we can see many things. And I am not saying we have to focus in every negative thing we are or we have, and I'm not saying we have to see them as negative either. Embrace the parts of ourselves has to do with this patience we have with ourselves when we can. It's not easy for us to practice something new, but we understand that we are doing that just to treat us better. If we are changing the way we eat, if we are changing the way we have these relationships with other people, if we change the way we put our boundaries, if we change, the things we choose time to time, because it's important to understand that many choices, many selections of the life have to are linked with understand that what serves to the long in the long time, that I have to detach from looking from immediate satisfaction just because it feels okay right now, because when we are working in a solid way in ourselves, we are constructing, we're building something so much solid and bigger and good for us. So I am saying these things just to be aware, and it's not only about health, it's about everything we want to experiment in this material plane, and all the things we have to put on the labor to manifest those things. So okay, family, I'm ending the video here. Thank you everybody, and see you tomorrow. Ciao ciao.